Hello, I'm back playing some more games tonight. One game in particular, which is Faster Than Light, which I played yesterday and managed to fail at. I'm gonna see now if I'm actually live, so I can hear myself talking cringe. Wow, okay, pretty fast. I'm in a different location than I was yesterday, so I'm hoping the internet connection will keep up. Alright. Let us get to commencing the playing of the game. Alright, we're going to start a new game. I'm going to rename the ship this time. Instead of the Kestrel, which is the default name, I'm going to go for the Union. Ooh. Or do I not want to go with that because it's a good chance I'm going to lose? Because the flagship is going to continue to destroy me. We'll stick with that. It'll be the Union every single time until we win. Keep the struggle up. So we'll start with our first thing, which is renaming people. One thing that I always keep in mind is that you might rename these people in the wrong order, but you can always put them into different positions and then change their put them into a different position, hit save, and then they'll go back to their spots. So, alright. I haven't unlocked a lot of achievements yet. This is like a new file. I have another file which I've played on Steam, and I have a lot more going on, but let's just do it. Let's go. So I didn't read this last time. So it says the data you carry is vital to the remaining Federation fleet. You need supplies for the journey, so make sure you explore each sector before moving on to the next. But get to the exit before the pursuing rebel fleet can catch up. Alright. Sounds pretty easy. But we'll see how bad things get. Tip font size. Oh. Pressing plus or minus customizable options will let you change the event title size. Whoa, I didn't know you could do that. Maybe for viewers at home, I'll make it as big as possible. Alright, let's see if we got people right. We got engine and pilot and engine, so let's swap them around. I don't know if you can rename your crew. That's something I've tried out. I also read some tips online about how to do a bit better when it comes to the first few sectors. And basically it's conserve your scrap. Yesterday, there were no stores, and now there are nothing but stores. 2 stores, in fact. Probably not going to waste my time, waste a jump going to one, but let's go to the second one, see what's there, and maybe we can double back if there's something good. The space station here has a traveling merchant who shows you his wares. Okay, let's see what you got. Looks like we got some drones, and we got an FTL jammer, automated reloader. I have heard that the automated reloader is actually really good, so you get a 10% cooldown, improvement to the cooldown for your weapons, which is awesome, but that stacks with your weapons person's like specialty, expertise, so that seems alright. There's not really a lot of weapons there. Again, you have to snake along the galaxy. I'm gonna go as many of these places as possible, and then we're probably not gonna be able to come back to that first store. That could have a burst laser Mark III in it, but I wouldn't be able to afford it anyway. So let's keep going. Alright, we have a bad sector to start off with and a Mantis ship. So this is not looking great. We are going to put our weapons guy into the doors because they're going to send someone in. Oh, interesting, just a human. So we've got our weapons hot, loading up. The challenge that we're going to have, and I'm going to, is they've got a little laser, which is going to do a little bit of damage to me right now, I think. But our burst laser is ready to go. Let's see if we can hit their shields, get their weapons. They want to surrender. Clearly you have bested us. We merely request our lives. In this case, I would say yes, just because I want to get out of the system before it can do too much damage to us. I probably will accept that. Just get a little bit of scrap, a little bit of other stuff. Their person zips back. We're not going to worry about our other systems right now. The challenge that we're going to have is that eventually, I have to move people around a bit. People probably leave them there. Eventually, we will have a solar flare hit us, and it's going to cause a little bit of fire around the ship. And because of the way that things are set up right now, if we have fire, and maybe we can escape. Let's see. I don't think we escaped unscathed there. I think we're on fire right now. Okay, we detected a hostile ship. I think we can fight this while dealing with the fire. Oxygen will have to wait. Okay, let's get over there. Weapons are still hot. Let's increase our dodge. I think we're gonna be taking a little bit of damage in this fight here, but let's see if we can get some of this going. Okay, we're gonna try taking out their weapons and their. Okay, so we should be safe now from that. Take out their drone. We should be good. I was reading online more about like how to use the Artemis missile, and it really says you're supposed to use it super sparingly. Like not to use it like all the time like I was before. Only as a means to like, you know, take out your enemy shields, and then after that focus on using just things that don't have, you know, limited supplies of stuff. Our oxygen is low, but we're getting that fixed, so that's not a problem. So yeah, it's day 4 of the TVO strike. It's been interesting. Certainly I've learned a lot in the last few days about labor movements and stuff. We've spoken to some pretty interesting people as well from different unions across North America, really. Like a lot of different people have reached out, shown law solidarity and stuff too. Which I think maybe Oxford sometimes picks out, or Merriam-Webster sometimes picks out the word of the year. Solidarity would be a good one. I think so. That'd be good. But yeah, I mean, we're all feeling pretty good about everything. Things are going pretty well. Rain can't dampen our spirits. And somehow I can see all this stuff. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but maybe we got some sort of upgrade or something. No, we can just see the whole sector now, which is great because we can see where some stuff that we should hit are. I'll start here, go across into distress, and we'll work our way across. You arrive at a populated sector. One merchant seems to be mass broadcasting a request for a mercenary ship to aid him. Shall we respond? Yeah, let's see what's up. Great, I was worried no one would respond. Same quest as yesterday. He's just gonna get our drone part somewhere. He's probably gonna tell us like we did last time. Oh, like you didn't get here fast enough, so we're probably not gonna end up making that much money from it, but we'll get some drone parts, which is fine. Okay, you detect an automated rebel scout attacking a small refueling outpost. We're gonna help out. Here we go. So they got a drone, looks like a laser drone, and some other stuff. So if we take out their weapons, basically they won't be able to attack us. I'm gonna say we're gonna save our missile. I really have to conserve supplies a bit better this time. I feel like last time I really kind of went through everything just very, very quickly. The one good thing about drones is that, yeah, sometimes as you saw, they'll get in the way of your laser and or your weapon systems, and then you can destroy them and they blow up, and it takes time for the enemy ship to redeploy them, so you get a little bit of breathing room. Other thing I read online, and this has to do with the I think taking a more aggressive approach when it comes to playing the game is that I read online that if you can have the opportunity to get a teleportation system, you should just do it. And it gets your guys like, let's see what we get here. 3 fuel, 1 drone piece, a little bit of scrap. Ooh, more stuff. The outpost hails you after the scout was destroyed. Thanks for your help, we've been harassed non-stop by these scouts. Take this on the house. Fuel, scrap, drone parts. We can do a drone thing eventually. Let's move forward a little bit actually, because I think we can probably do this one, quest, and then maybe back that way. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, you can teleport over and that gets your guys hand-to-hand stuff. And with the flagship yesterday, the issue was that we couldn't penetrate the shields, and that was really challenging. But if you send over a highly trained human, whichever species over, you can send them into that room with the missile turret and just blow up the whole thing, and it makes it super easy. Okay, an advanced rebel automated ship remains stationed near a small rebel space station. Sensors indicate it's a storage vessel for military goods. We can avoid provoking it, or we can attack it, and let's attack it. Same old story as before. We're going to avoid using our Artemis. Hopefully we can get away with taking minimal damage in this fight. You always have to keep in mind what subsystems it's trying to hit you, what subsystems it hits. The other tip I saw is that you have to pause your game, like way more than you expect to, if you want to kind of get good. I'm only gonna play for about an hour, and like with talking and stuff, I'm pretty sure it's gonna prevent me from getting all the way to the flagship. Normally I play this game pretty fast, but talking and reading stuff out, it takes a bit more time. I enjoy it. So tomorrow will be the 5th day of striking. Probably not the final day of striking. So you salvage what you can from the broken ship. 14 scrap. Investigate the station. Whoa, that's pretty good. The station is a storage site for military-grade weapons. You find one that can easily be attached to your ship. That's pretty good. That's not too bad. That requires a lot of power, but I can work with that. I can make that work. All right, so let's go to the distress. Yeah, let's go to the distress. We can get some stuff there. What I could do is actually this, because it has 3 shots per charge. It's pretty close to being the same, if not better, than like our burst laser. So if I upgrade our weapons and then go for 1 power bar, that could give us access to that instead of that. Or we can go for that. It has a much larger cooldown though. And the main thing about it though is that if we get a hit in, it's 2 times damage on systemless rooms. Its normal damage is 1, so we get 4 damage off if we go for a systemless room. But that leaves us open to being attacked. Let's give it a shot on this next one and see how that goes. Alright, you locate a nearby human mining colony where an unknown disease has spread virulently. They are setting up a quarantine to contain it, but a riot has broken out. So we can send in our crew to help control the crowds, or we can ignore the request and move on. This is a challenging one because I know if we send in someone, there is a 75% chance that we're going to lose our crew member. And as much as I want to help out, at this early stage in the game, if you lose somebody, that can be really challenging for the next little while. I think I'm going to probably ignore this request. It's really hard to ignore these people who are really in need, but I don't know, it's like a greater good sort of thing, right? Like we have to save like this federation. It's real kind of Spock kind of thing. Is that the right thing? Is that what he says in that movie? Anyway, I think I'm going to ignore the request. I could look up to see what the chances are of not being, you know, killed. Maybe I'll just do that. No, that's cheating. I'm not gonna do that. Let's say in the spirit of things, let's just go for it. See what happens. We might lose somebody, but okay, let's just do it anyway. We'll see what happens. Ah, crap. Okay, yeah, weapons is gone now. With the visible threat of your weapons, the infected becomes subdued, enough for you to set up a rudimentary quarantine. However, before you leave, one of your crew presents signs of infection. You have no choice but to leave them on the station in hopes they recover or cure quickly. You leave before more crew can succumb. So we lost weapons. We got some missiles, some scrap, some fuel, but it means our slowdown, as you saw probably down there, it's a lot slower now, so I think we're gonna have to turn out that whole laser and go back to the Artemis and those two. Yeah, it can be really detrimental to lose people. That's why it's so important to keep people, like, you know, on the ship and try to protect them as much as you can. Okay, drone part merchant, he's probably gonna tell us like, oh, you screwed up or blah blah blah. But this is different, actually. You find a small research station and discover that it's putting out a distress signal. Strangely, there's no response to your hails. Okay, let's dock. Okay, goodbye weapons. Hello, Lauren. Okay, you dock with the station and see a frantic person banging on the airlock door. Once inside your ship, he drops to the floor saying, "My friends, they've gone insane. They're coming." You hand him a blaster and turn to see a number of people charging towards the ship. Lauren, and we have to prepare for a fight. That's a lot of people. Okay, we are going to change strategies a little bit. Everyone's going to get to the med bay, and we are going to fight, and also keep an eye on our weapon subsystem. What happens is when people get onto your ship and they manage to destroy a subsystem, they can actually do quite a lot of damage to your ship. I think it does like 1 pip of damage per thing that they destroy. But yeah, we lost weapons, but we got Lauren back. Or Lauren here. So all in all, this is kind of a win for us. Which is great, and we all gained a little bit of fighting experience, enough to actually get us close to being like a quarter of the way to the upgrade. And I guess Lauren will get good at weapons. Does she come with any specialities? No. Sometimes they do. I find piloting and engine skills level up really fast because you're always being assailed by people. But yeah. Okay, here we go. We're going to continue on. That was a good one. Not a bad quest marker this time, actually. Okay. So you barely have time to register to jump. You barely have time to register jump completion before your ship warns you of an incoming ship with weapons hot. Okay, so this is a different style of ship, which we haven't seen before. I'm gonna turn off my Artemis missile and just focus with my burst lasers, and we have to get through these weapons, like these shields, fast. The way this ship works is that it's green shield that's around it acts as like a standalone shield, and you have to basically get it destroyed before you can get to their ship's regular shields. Yeah, I think I will have my Artemis get that hot, get that going, because we will get through this eventually. Taking quite a bit of damage here in this fight already. But as soon as we get through that green shield, yep, we pause and we're gonna go after weapon subsystems. Yep, take down that pesky missile of the laser of theirs. Engines is gonna get back to engines. Oh, asking to surrender. I like the amount of fuel that we can get, but I feel like we can get more scrap if we actually continue the fight. Okay, it looks like they've got a fire on board, so we could finish them off here. There you go. So yeah, I get some more missiles. I could have used the fuel would have been good to have gotten, but that's okay. We have a lot of fuel. A good amount. And we have a lot of scrap right now, so by the time we hit Sector 2, we will be able to get shields. 2 shields, which is going to be really great. It would be better if we had 4 people, because you could put 1 person into the doors, which is really helpful, but, you know. What can you do? Okay, we are here and there's nothing going on, so we could potentially go from here back to there and do that. Let's just head for the exit. We'll be safe this time. Okay, we've arrived. Anything going on? You happen upon the remains of a space station. It has been mostly picked clean, but there appears to be some few materials that will aid you in your mission. Okay, sweet. I mean, we've got a lot of stuff here now, which is great, but we're gonna see what's up in the next sector. Okay, so we have a rock-controlled nebula, or a rock-controlled sector, or an uncharted nebula. I'm gonna go for the rock-controlled, but let's take a look forward. Yeah, civilian sector, hostile sector, civilian, civilian, civilian. We could have a pretty easy time through these sectors and save up a lot of scrap for that last fight. So let's give that a try. Rock ships are tough because they have like natural resistance to damage, and that can be really tough to deal with. But we are gonna go and up our own resistance with some more shields. So with these shields, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to get one more upgrade for weapons. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use this hull laser and the Artemis, I think. Because getting up to 5 weapon upgrades is going to be 85 scrap plus 50 in terms of power, which is a lot. Alright, let's see what this distress is all about. I might just clear this sector and then quit for the night, but we'll see. A ship without life forms within a nearby dense asteroid field is giving off a distress call. Shall we investigate? It could be dangerous. Let's do it. You find a pirate ship, damaged and abandoned. You salvage what you can and you move on. So fuel, missiles, and scrap. Awesome. All gain. Alright, let's see what this is. Okay. The captain of the ship claims he can provide services as long as you've got the scrap. You can hire... Oh, this is actually helpful. Hire the mercenaries to delay the rebels. Hire the mercenary to scout this sector. Or you can fight them and steal their stuff. I'm going to say let's get them to scout, and they'll show us what's up here. Okay, asteroid fields too. That's not great. But we do have our new shields, which is awesome. So I'm gonna try and plot this course through the sector. And what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go down here first, up to asteroid field, this across, make our way to distress, go to the exit, and then try to go to the stores. And we'll see what they got there. Alright, let's do this. Let's get this asteroid field over with. Okay, we got a rock ship, rock scout. They might not take a lot of damage because of the stuff, but we're gonna go after their shields, I think. So they'll start taking a bit of damage from these asteroids floating around. Okay, Artemis is done for the day. So we're at 75% in terms of our hull right now. Not a big deal. There's a good chance the asteroid field will take these guys out. Okay, that's it. Not bad. But yeah, with these sectors where there's like dangers, you have to wait for your FTL to charge. So if you start taking damage, then it can be pretty challenging to deal with the asteroids or the solar flares while you're still trying to like fix people, make sure everyone's healed up. I would normally take more of a slow approach to this sector, but I kind of want to get to those stores down there. I know if I start snaking around, I'm not going to be able to get to them. As a naturally warlike species with few intergalactic diplomatic ties, the rock people have garnered quite a reputation as fearsome pirates. You stumble across one of their ships and they promptly live up to type. You know what? That sounds like an unfair stereotype of rock people. It's putting that out there. Before this unfortunate strike was called, I was supposed to be playing D&D with some cool people at my work, and I was really excited for that. But now that's got to be put on hold for a while. Oh shoot, I didn't want to use that missile. That's fine. I really just want to get back to seeing my cool colleagues and stuff. Play some games, have some fun, make some content. I work with some really great people. Mercenaries are swarming the galaxy now, knowing that their less than legal services are in demand during this period of unrest. One is waiting for this beacon and hails you. So these mercenaries are going around causing a bit of trouble. We can get them to delay the rebels, which actually could be good. It'll actually push them back a little bit, which might give us a bit more time to explore the sector, which could be good. We could fight them and take their stuff, but it looks like they have a teleporter, which is not good, and they could have mantises. It's hard to say what to do. Let's see what it looks like. I don't think I've ever done the delay option, but let's give that a go and see what happens. Fleet delay by 2 jumps, which is pretty good. So that means we might be able to go kind of all the way around all this stuff. So let's do that. And we've got a lot of fuel, we've got a lot of supplies. And another one of these things, it's a bigger ship. It's got 2 shields too. That's gonna be tough, but let's fight it. Let's see what's the deal. Okay, so they have what looks like a cloak, which is surprising. Artemis missile, burst laser. Let's go for attacking their shield. Took 2 damage there. We'll get their shield taken out. Okay, and then we'll go for, gonna keep using our laser here, and we'll try to take out their weapon systems. Oh, that was a lucky shot. No, I'm not gonna let you get away, buddy. I'm sorry. So they are powering up their FTL, which is not great, but I think we can take them out while... Yeah, we got them. We got them. Yeah, we got more supplies. That was good. That was a good move, I think. And you know what? These mercenary ships, let's can use a couple fewer mercenary ships out there, I think. Okay, so we still have a lot of supplies. We can go to the distress. We should be able to get all this done, hopefully, with that one mercenary ship we hired unethically. Okay, once you arrive at the location of the distress call, a civilian ship hails you. Thank you for responding to our beacon. Our FTL navigation has gone haywire, and we can't pilot a course to the nearest depot to get it fixed. Could you lead us there? Let's lead them. The only challenge with this is that, yeah, it gives you a little bit of scrap, but if you take a quest like that and the quest marker's too far, I don't know what actually happens if you have them there and you don't get them. Okay, scanners are showing intelligent life forms on a nearby planet. No match for them can be found in the database. These again are always challenging because you never know what's going to happen. You could lose a person, you could gain a person. Let's just go for it and see what happens. You land a small shuttle in an enormous field whose only occupants are small, brightly colored, 6-legged, horse-like animals. Could they be what your scans picked up? We can try to communicate with them. We can try to bring them on board to sell, which doesn't sound like a good option, or we can just leave. Let's say hello and hope no one on our ship gets killed. Hey, okay. None of your attempts to communicate seem to work. They just stare at you silently. As you prepare to leave, one of the creatures canters towards you and forcefully nudges you away from the ship. He seems to want you to follow him. Eventually, they guide you to an old Engi ship crash site. Inside, you are able to find and reactivate an Engi. Sweet, named Frederick. And we got some supplies. That's... You go out, you try to find, you go for every opportunity, you find a connection, you get a new person. And Engi are amazing in this game. Not very hardy. You don't send them to like fight people, but I think Frederick is going to help us out a lot when it comes to repairing our ship, and Engi are really fast at that. Okay, we finished escorting the ship, and they patched up our hull a little bit. Nice. Oh, and they also sell things, apparently, including another hull laser too, which is great. Required power 3. We have another one already. So we could have, we could have like 3, we could have 3 lasers going all at the same time. But we don't have enough power right now. So we have a scrap recovery arm, which allows you to collect more scrap. That's a good option. Weapons pre-igniter is pretty good. It's only good though if you have like say you have burst laser and these 3 hull lasers all ready to go. Then you go into every system and you have your weapons ready and hot to go. That's a good option too. I feel like the game is apologizing to me right now for yesterday's debacle when it came to the lack of shops that we're experiencing. But okay, let's do this. There's only 2 ships in range, and they seem to be engaged in battle. One of them has the markings of a space pirate. Let's help out. Okay, we're dealing with a hull laser and a burst laser. You power up your weapons and engage the ship. Let's take out their shields, and let's go for the weapons. Standard tactics. Okay, they're gonna get shot off. Don't think they're gonna be able to do much damage. Let's see what this hull laser does. Let's experiment a little bit here. We'll go after a unoccupied part of their ship because it does more damage that way. Go right from the middle of their ship. And if we land all 3, we should be able to take this ship down like this round. So we'll see how that goes. Pretty good. Not bad. Okay, so we got 1 missile, 1 drone part, and 18 scrap. Let's contact the ship. They got out of there. Don't blame them. They don't know what we're all about. We could be hostile too. It's risky out there in space. Okay, this is not a good one. I don't like this place, so let's get out of there. We are at risk of getting caught by the fleet. I'm gonna risk checking this out. Never know. Let's see what they got. Rock crew members, some stuff. El Nub Nub. Pretty sure we had El Nub Nub last time. Okay, let's go to the store. I think we're gonna get caught up by the fleet, so we're gonna have to see what that's gonna be like. Hopefully it's not gonna be awful. At the risk of spending too much money, I could buy that other hull laser and go for that. The only trouble is that we have maybe 2, 3, and 3, so that would be 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That would be, we need to have all that to activate those weapons, and that's going to be a lot of stuff. And we're gonna have to fight a pretty big fight next. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go for that. We can't have the extra power, which is fine. We can go to the store. What can we sell? I'm always low to sell, but I think in this case we need the extra power. Just so we can have both things put together while still having our engines going. It's a challenge because we need to get out of here fast when we get to the jump point. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get in there and I'm gonna pause immediately getting into the system. Pause, and then we're gonna take down our oxygen system. which might seem like a bit of a risk, but I think it'll work out, honestly. The challenge here too in this system is that those little effects you see in the background, those aren't like fake effects. Those are real weapons that can come our way. So that can make this fight really challenging, and you can take a lot of damage from this. The ASB, what you're seeing there, tends to miss, which is not typical, honestly. And eyes off the prize here. I'm not watching what I'm doing. Typically the ASB doesn't miss, and it like ruptures your ship, which is bad. Okay, burst laser, hull laser's ready to go too. There's a chance we can get away before it hits, so let's see if we can do that. Okay, civilian sector. I think we made it out not getting hit, which is great. Okay, this looks like a pretty calm sector. I would say it's getting a bit late though. I'm gonna put my oxygen back on. Difference between this one and yesterday is that yesterday, by this point, I had no weapons, and I also had way better engine systems. And that's really important. I was reading online that a strat is to get your engine systems basically as high as you can get it by, I think, by like the 4th or 5th system, because at max with a trained engines person, you can have something like, I don't know, oh, I didn't know you can actually select that way. You can have like 55% evasion, which, you know, it's pretty high for this game. So anyway, short session tonight. I am exhausted, and it's been a long couple days of striking. I'm gonna be out again tomorrow at 2180 outside 2180 Yonge Street in Toronto, near the Eglinton Station. I'll be striking outside in the rain from 12 p.m. probably till around 4. You know, striking is it can seem like, you know, we're dancing, partying, having fun, staying positive, giving people flyers and stuff. It's great. But then there's also the sort of the taxing part of it too. But you know, what gets people through it is just, you know, all the staying together and all the help that you get. And I've met so many people who I'd never met before at my work through this, and yeah, everyone says hello, everyone's there to help, everyone's smiling, everyone's, you know, taking all the stuff that we have, all the signs, all the boxes and everything up and down the stairs, you know, the place where we have a little storage area. So, you know, it's a huge group effort, and it's been a really interesting journey so far with this union, and I think it's going to make us a lot stronger, you know, going back into our workplace too. We're going to have a lot more solidarity, I think, with our colleagues. So, you know, we're strong before, but we're stronger out of this too, I think. So it'll be interesting. Anyway, I will be back probably tomorrow. We'll see. Maybe not. It's Friday, so I'll probably go out and do something. And hopefully we'll be able to get this union all the way to the flagship. Take it down. Get a teleportation subsystem, or maybe just get more hull lasers and start just licking shots or something. So that is it. So good night, and I'll see some of you maybe tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see.